We had to stop moving through life like we got time. We don't have time. We're here for a limited amount of time. If anybody's stagnant right now, the truth is, you the reason why you're stagnant. If you have a bank account that you don't like, it's you the reason. Everything, you gotta look in the mirror. I still think that it's too good to be true. Like, you could buy a piece of property at a discount and collect money from it forever? Like, seriously? We had to stop moving through life like we got time. We don't have time. We're here for a limited amount of time. So we got to make sure that every day we wake up with a mission. We wake up with a plan. We wake up ready to execute. We surround ourselves with people that's executing. So at any moment, we get momentary insanity, like we do sometimes, with excuses. I'm wait till Monday when I get my income tax return. Oh, my coach did it. Anytime we had those kind of excuses when we're around people that have the GOAT mentality, win by all means necessary, we snap right out of it. See, I got the kind of friends when I'm not even around them, I'm thinking about them. So it make me get up. It make me go to the gym or work out in my hotel room if I'm traveling. It make me go get the next deal. It make me execute. It make me jump because those kind of people I surround myself with. You can't expect to live your highest heights if you're around people that help you to be comfortable in a place that you know that you don't like. If you can relate, raise your hand. See, we don't need a psychologist or a therapist to tell us the things that we know that we need to do in order for us to elevate. All of us know at least one thing right now that we're not doing, that we've been putting off, that we can do, that will help us elevate to the next level. Am I right or right? So at what point do you start taking yourself serious? Everybody's saying that they believe in God, but when you look at their life, it don't match. The activities don't match. Most people looking for fantasy, but what we need is reality. We need reality. We gotta tell ourselves the truth. We expecting other people to tell us the truth, but we won't even be honest with ourselves. We expecting other people to assist us and to help us grow, but we won't even help ourselves. But one thing that we all done today, we showed up here today. So give yourself a round of applause for showing up. All right, so a little background on me. I grew up in Cleveland, in the hood, that's fastly changing and converting and starting to look like the suburbs. So I've been investing for about 20 years. And my father was absent, bullied in elementary school, abused at home, 3 pair of pants in junior high school, 1 pair of shoes that didn't match anything. So that's kind of where my drive come from. Involved in gangs at a young age. I was looking to the streets for love because I didn't feel it at home. In detention home at 14, state prison as soon as I turned 18. Also was on a federal sabbatical. I used to ask God why. Like, why did I have to go through all these things? And then I changed go through to grow through. So every obstacle in my life, every heartache, the struggle, the pain, I grow. Like we here to grow. See, a tree don't say that I'm gonna retire in 20, 30 years. Trees keep growing. But for some strange reason, human beings, all of them, they're saying that they believe in God, they got faith and all this different, they just want a little bit. A tree never say, I just want to just grow a little bit. We're supposed to keep growing until it's over with, until we expire, until the coach retires our jersey. Coach is God, like the jersey is life, right? And we gone, we make our transition. So I changed go through to grow through. Because once we start to use basic human psychology to work with us instead of against us, like almost every day will be great. Almost every day. We have moments where we experiencing, trials, tribulations, a little turbulence, but instantly when we start to think like, okay, this is an opportunity to grow. I lost my job, this is an opportunity to grow. Somebody stabbed me in the back, it's an opportunity to grow. Somebody left me, it's an opportunity to grow. What can I learn from this situation? Where's the opportunity in the storm? Instead of wanting the storms to go by real fast and you just convert to back being your same self that you say that you don't like. But every time a storm comes, you don't look for the opportunity to grow, to take advantage of the storm. Trees grow deeper roots in storms. So I started looking at those things I went through as opportunities to grow, opportunities for me to use those things to share with others that experience the same thing so that they can grow as well. So fast forward, I decided I wanted something different. I decided I wanted to be the solution instead of the problem in my neighborhood. The neighborhood that I said I cared about, when I look in the mirror, I was like, you part of the problem. You the problem. Like you selling drugs in the community, but you saying that you love the community and you blaming the white man. And so I took a hard look in the mirror and I got tears in my eyes because the truth do hurt. That's why most of us don't want to deal with the truth. If anybody's stagnant right now, the truth is you the reason why you're stagnant. If you have a bank account that you don't like, it's you the reason. Everything, you the reason. You got to look in the mirror. So most people don't want to look in the mirror. So most people stay action-packed and unproductive, doing things that don't add to the bottom line, but it keeps them away from the thing that they know that they need to deal with, the thing that they don't want to be accountable for. So when I looked in the mirror, I realized that I was the problem and the solution. So I changed. I decided that I wasn't selling drugs no more. I decided I was going to be the solution. And the funny thing, years had passed and people around me still, thought that I was still selling drugs. And one of those people in the room right now, Shawan, because we're from the same neighborhood, he was transporting drugs back and forth. Here's one thing about me that you should know. I speak truth, and it's funny sometimes, but it's real. I don't know how to okay, let me do some fluff or let me just say, no, it's real. So anyway, so Shawan was a kingpin in our neighborhood. They was transporting drugs from California to Cleveland. And so Shawan recently told me, he probably told me like a year ago, but we've been friends since probably since we've been like 20 years old, something like that. He recently told me about a year ago, he was one of the people that was having conversations, like when the conversation came up about me, because it's like for some reason, people like to know what I'm doing. He was one of the people that when the conversation came up, he's like, man, dude was still selling drugs. And in no way, he had to be. Like nobody believed me until 10 years later, but I was selling real estate. I was flipping properties. That's what I was doing. So the reason why I started to share the story of real estate and what I was doing, because first of all, it changed my life. It saved my life. And I knew that it was a way that my people that look just like me, they can use real estate to change their family's life, change their bank account, and they didn't have to worry about going to prison. They didn't have to worry about dying in the streets. They didn't have to worry about somebody else being with that lady that they like, the lady that they say that they love. And when you go to jail, big body Benz Mike gonna be over there in the driveway. Somebody else raising your daughter, your son, being lost to the streets. Real estate was the way out. And so I can remember getting my first check in real estate. When I came in, I had a mentor, and my first property was a fix and flip. And I remember yesterday, I had a check in my pocket for a month because that was the first legitimate check that I had ever got. And I wanted to show my friends that it was possible that they can do it too. I still think that it's too good to be true. You could buy a piece of property at a discount and collect money from it forever. Serious? Or you could buy a piece of property, you put it together, go up in value, and you could sell it for more than what you bought it for, or refinance it, take money out, then keep repeating the process. Or you don't even have to buy the property. You could learn how to find great deals and then find people that's looking for great deals, and you could put the property under contract on a piece of paper, and you could sell the paper for $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000, and you could continue to use that process, and then you take 75% of that money that you save from every one of those deals, and then you could buy properties free and clear in a market like Cleveland, Ohio, Detroit, Milwaukee, because we all had the same price points. Are you kidding me? At some point, they're gonna change the rules. Every time, whenever we get involved with something and they see that it's working and it's changing life, the rules are changed. So if you know that every time we get involved with something and the rules change, that tells you that you don't have time. You don't have time to keep thinking about it. It's time to take action. So anyway, so I started out fix and flip, and then after fix and flip, 2007, when the real estate market crashed, AKA corrected itself, 2007, I got introduced to turnkey flip strategy. I got introduced to the turnkey flip strategy because when the market crashed, or anytime we have turbulence in the economy, the banks change they lending guidelines, and so it's harder for homeowners to get loans, right? But here's the thing, when you equip with the different strategies, it don't matter what's going on in the economy because you have a strategy that you could use to make money in real estate no matter what's going on with the economy. So when the economy experiences turbulence, the banks switch up, so it's harder to move retail flips to homeowners because they depended on the banks to do the financing. So in 2007, I got introduced to turnkey flips. Turnkey flip is a property that's fully rehabbed, tenant in place, under professional property management. Guess what? The end buyer for a turnkey flip is investors, doctors, lawyers, like high income earners that's not dependent upon the bank. Most of the time they paying cash. So my first turnkey deal was $165,000 I sold to a gentleman in Las Vegas. After the first deal, the same gentleman spent about $750,000 cash. So that's turnkey flip. So the difference between a retail flip and a turnkey flip, the retail flip, the end buyer is a homeowner. Somebody is going to occupy the property and they depended on the bank to do the financing. Turnkey flip, the end buyer, most of the time is paying cash. They don't need the bank. So that's why it don't make a difference what's going on in the economy. These high income earners, and they have a problem with too much cash. So they want to put it into real estate to recycle their money, the turnkey flips. So in 2012, I got introduced to wholesaling. Who familiar with wholesaling? So basically wholesale is, anybody familiar with Jordan 1s, like the shoes I got on? Anybody familiar with Jordan 1s? How somebody got a Jordan Connect where they can get the shoes before they come out at a discount, and then they got a friend or somebody that built a relationship with them that's connected to the people that want the shoes. So that person is the liaison between the person that got the shoes and the people that want the shoes. They the liaison, they the person in the middle. So they got the Connect. So the Connect gonna get them the shoes for $150. They gonna sell you the shoes for $200. They gonna make $50 per pair of shoes. Everybody understand that? They don't even have to buy the shoes. They're gonna make $50 for bringing the person with the shoes to the person that wants the shoes. Like Whole Foods. Whole Foods, we go to Whole Foods, right? And Whole Foods, they got to connect, right? And they know that we need it and we're gonna pay a fee and they're gonna make the difference. So wholesaling is the same way. Everybody got that? So I got introduced to wholesaling in 2012. My first wholesale deal, I didn't even know it was a wholesale. I didn't even know it was a wholesale deal. I had a relationship with a gentleman that was looking to buy a helicopter, and he didn't want to pay cash for the helicopter. He wanted to take the cash that he had, buy real estate, and let the income, the passive income that was coming from the real estate, pay the note on the helicopter until it was paid off so that he'd have it, and he still got the real estate. So he reached out to me. I connected with somebody I had a relationship with, a real estate agent. The real estate agent just so happened to be connected with a gentleman that was looking to sell his portfolio. He connected me with the gentleman. I looked at the properties. Me and my guy that wanted the helicopter, we agreed on a deal. He told me to return the ROI that he was looking for. I got the properties under contract. I connected them together. I didn't have a contract. I had a handshake, and I made $50,000 on the deal. That was a wholesale deal.